Hi everybody, here's Krystian from TeamworkCast.
And this is Putty from TeamworkCast.
And this is a net running with TeamworkCast with another exciting video, another tournament from the Chronos Protocol Tour on the 6th of April, organized by the Mage Store in Düsseldorf. This is the second round, and I'm on the right, Nick.
You're messing with your phone. This is bad form. Bad form.
It's only because the phone is controlling the camera, and also my opponent here is Oeli. Oeli? Oeli, I think Oeli! I'm not sure if it's a nickname or if it's his real name. But yes, my opponent here is mixing furiously, and we are about to...
Shuffling mastery right there.
Yeah, he's very skilled with... And look at his watch.
That is amazing. I also like that this guy, he, like the Grumpy Cat, gives no shits about anything. He is not playing with a mat at all.
Yeah. He's going to all topless.
Or perhaps Gabriel Santiago has no need for a mat.
Yes, so he's playing Gabriel Santiago. His special ability is that he will get 2 monies if he gets into HQ. And I am playing Weyland GRNDL. And my special ability is that I'm filthy rich, but the downside is that I have bad publicity. Yes. So the first round didn't go so well for me. I lost 2 games. Now this is the second round. Hopefully this will go a little bit better than the last round. Hopefully.
So going into this game, were you excited? Was this guy? Did this guy win the previous day?
The guy I played the last turn?
No, this turn.
Oeli here is, I think he also lost the first round as I did because he was paired against me.
Okay.
So, the second round is always a lot of relax. The first round I always feel I am very nervous, because you don't know what to expect. The second round is always a little bit more relaxed. And so we are both kind of like, Oeli was really, really cool guy. I mean, that was really, a very enjoyable way to playing against him. And, we were both, much more relaxed now. There was less at stake. He's even using my tokens,
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I like that he has a Dick Tracy watch.
Do you think it's a Dick Tracy watch?
I think so.
Maybe it's one of those modern watches, the smartphone watches.
Yeah. It may be that I just watched Dick Tracy the other day, so...
I see, Nick. Alright, so we are about to begin. I am installing an ice in front of my HQ. And I'm thinking what to do. I'm installing something in the wild.
In the wild? I bet that it is a snare.
You think so?
No,
I do have snares in my deck.
Knowing you, yes.
Alright, and I got money, I guess. And so Oeli is now challenged to do something about it. He runs on my HQ. And he discovers an Enigma. And Enigma makes him lose a click.
Oh.
So he has only 2 clicks left.
Rude.
Yes. I really like Enigma. It's a really nice code gate. And he steals Project Atlas directly from my R&D here. Makes a run on R&D and steals a Project Atlas from there. How rude of him.
This seems familiar because I think this same thing happened to me just 5 minutes ago.
Playing an Octagon. Indeed, that's something that happens quite a lot. So I'm playing Subliminal Messaging. I draw a card and I play Subliminal Messaging, which is a card that allows me to get a money every time he doesn't make a run. The run doesn't make a run. So I'm getting a money now, and then I'm drawing some cards. Thinking about things.
It is amazing. Subliminal Messaging still blows my mind. I just cannot get my head around this card.
Yeah, once you start playing it, you don't think about it, but reading it is like, it's like a tongue twister for your brain.
Yeah. I like that the card art looks like Snatcher, the game Snatcher.
Well, it does a little bit, indeed. I don't like the card art. Maybe, I don't know how it's Snatcher. I haven't never played Snatcher, but it does look a little bit like this.
I highly recommend you play it. If you like Blade Runner, play Snatcher.
Well, it's Hideo Kojima, right?
Yes.
Of Metal Gear Solid fame.
Metal Gear.
Alright, so I guess I get a little bit of monies or something. I'm not sure. It's certainly a lot of money right there in front of me right now.
No kidding. And I'm wondering what he's done.
And so it's Ollie's turn to do something about things.
Play a card, Ollie. Ollie.
Oeli.
Oeli.
I don't know. I just want to say Oli, and then if I'm mispronouncing his nickname or name, then he can complain in the comment section.
Tell us that he cringed.
Yeah, like so many other people. All right, so Oli plays Sure Gamble to get some monies. He pays 5 and gets 9, so he gets 4 in total. I'm pointing with my finger at things that he's doing.
You said, I cannot tell how many chips that you have, and he just kind of...
probably I did.
He was being nice to you.
So Oli uses this technique of building little piles of money. And I think on every pile has 2 or 3 monies. I'm not sure. I think it's 2. He makes a run on R&D, but there's nothing there, so installs Crash Space. Unusual. It's a resource that allows you to remove tags, and you can trash it to
prevent up to 3 meat damage.
Indeed. And then it is my turn. I draw a mandatory draw and think.
Much thinking must be done. Grendel wondering how to be more of a jerk to the earth.
It's almost impossible.
Based in Wisconsin, who just declared they do not believe, as a state, in environmental change.
They don't believe?
Yeah, they've officially said it. They passed a law and everything.
Oh wow, it's a law now. You cannot believe in environmental change. So I create a new server. And I install a card in it and protect it with an ice.
Ooh.
And I draw up, and then things are about to get interesting because Oli is now challenged to do maybe some runs. He's still, the R&D is wide open.
No kidding.
Wide open.
That card in a while, you've just basically declared, don't bother with this card ever.
So this is we're showing off because we just received our promotional card that you get on those Chronos Protocol tours. You get a special identity of NBN making news that looks sweet. Sweet. Alternate art for the core set identity of NBN.
NBN. I was playing them earlier today.
They're very, very nice. And a lot of people are actually playing NBN on this tournament. Some of them are already started using the card during the tournament. Alright, so he makes a run on this new server and he encounters another Enigma and loses another click.
Many puzzles being thrown at this poor guy.
So, enigmas, puzzles, conundrums.
Mysteries.
Quandaries. Wait a minute, Quandary is actually a different card, so it's not a quandary. Alright, so he plays a special order to get himself a code gate breaker. And it is Zoo 13, which I think most people pronounce as Zool.
Oh, Zoo 13? Zoo.
Because it's the flavor text has something about using a key and stuff like that. Gatekeeper and keymaster.
It's very Rick Moranis.
Yeah, it is a little bit. So it is a thing that you can use to break my code gates that I just rest there. So they are now very vulnerable.
The thing I enjoy about Ali is how dedicated he is to shuffling his deck. Yeah,
this guy. I mean,
impressive.
I'm jealous about his shuffling technique because I always struggle with this, and he's just shaking it like a Polaroid picture. Alright, so I advance the card in my server 2 times and I install another piece of ice in front of it.
I think at this point he should definitely go. Just go, man. He's only got $4. Never mind.
He's gonna he can get into the server.
He could, but for $4, how's he gonna eat at night?
But wait a minute, he doesn't have we don't know what kind of card I installed there. So he only has a breaker against code gates. If there's something else, then he wouldn't be able to get in there. He makes a run. I rest the Bastion.
Bastion.
Cost me 4. It is a barrier, so he can't get in now.
But at least it's just to end the run, so he doesn't have to worry about any extra losing clicks business.
Yeah. But on the other hand, this was a little bit stupid for me of resing this, because he hasn't actually brought out his Zool yet. I should have let him run into the Enigma and make him lose the additional click once more, so he wouldn't be able to run on this probably anymore, or it would be very difficult for him to run this on this turn. So yeah, that was a misplay of him, and then I misplayed again as well, so those two evened themselves out. He's thinking. We're both kind of, I think, players that think a lot, and I think that's nothing to be ashamed about. This is a complicated game.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody on Octagon earlier today about how I don't consider my cards the same way on Octagon as I do in real life. So as in real life, I know I can just look at all of the cards and just go, oh yeah. But on Octagon, I have to put my mouse over each of the cards because I can't read them from afar.
Oh, interesting. For some reason, I feel like in Octagon I have like a more overview situation, like I'm more distance from the game, because when you're in a tournament or something, you're like in the spot right there, you know.
Yeah.
Your opponent is like right in front of you. You can see his face, and he being impatient and everything, and you're like, I need to make a decision there. All right, still thinking about his second click. Still thinking about second click.
Oh, he's got a trace.
No, that's a bad publicity.
Or bad publicity. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the bad publicity I have starting out with GRNDL. The bad publicity on the last tournament we recorded has caused me some troubles if the runner chooses to run with something like blackmail. Let's see if Oeli also has blackmail in store for me. Alright, so he plays a Corroder, which is a very smart idea, and then he plays Zool. And then with the last click, he runs on that thing in that server. And he pays for all that stuff and gets into the server. He doesn't pay for the last routine because it's his last click. And then he scores. Sadly for me, he scores the cleaners. 3-point agenda. He's at 5 points.
Oh my gosh.
Just needs one more 2-point agenda to win the game.
He's gonna own bones, man.
Owning bones. I draw a card and I feel horrible. This game is not good, not going well for me at all.
This is exactly the game that we just played.
It looks a little bit like the game we just played. Our listeners don't know the game we just played.
I know. Just imagine this game, but on Octagon.
Yes, indeed. I have only one credit left, so I don't even have any. Like all my advantage from GRNDL is evaporated. I still install something in the server.
I think you installed the snare just then.
Ah, look at me playing Power Shutdown for 1, I guess. Yes, for 1. Power Shutdown card. I discard cards, and the number of discard cards is X, right? And then the runner has to trash something with the price with cost of X.
Oh.
Either program or hardware.
So you got rid of the Keymaster.
Yes, I got rid of the Keymaster, so now the Enigmas are active again. The Enigmas have gotten their teeth back.
Please swallow. Or please solve. Please solve.
What?
Never mind. I was going to make a joke about pie, but apparently I was thinking about swallowing.
All right, pie is good.
Yeah.
I like pie. So I'm getting a credit because I am completely broken. Broken and broke.
Drawing. This poor guy. I think he just needs to keep running on your R&D. You have not protected it at all. I would just do...
Indeed.
He's got 4 clicks, but no dollars.
He can run R&D. What did he do there? I think he just got money, right, for an entire turn.
It looks like it.
And I'm doing the same thing. We're both broke.
But he didn't run, so you get your card back. Why haven't you gotten it back? Ah, you did.
Oh yeah, so that's an interesting situation here because I had a face down subliminal messaging in my archives. And so I'm actually asking a guy next to us, I think.
This is the problem that I had. What was the solution?
The solution is that if you discard subliminal messaging, I think you're supposed to discard it face up always, because it is active in your archives.
But does that mean that you now get 2 extra clicks and $2 extra?
No. You get the extra clicks and extra dollars when you play the card.
Ah.
And only you can play only 1 card per turn.
Oh, okay.
1 subliminal messaging per turn.
This card has broken my brain. I'm going to drop out of school now because I can no longer think.
Alright, so he plays Armitage Code Busting, which is kind of like a bank kind of card, like an economy card, where you store some credits on it and you can click it to get the credits back. I think it starts with 12 credits or so, and you can click it for 2 credits. Very, very, like a core set card, very fundamental card, but very cool one. Yeah, and then I'm playing Hedge Fund. I'm doing the bad thing that I will complain about of playing things directly into my archives, but yes, I play a Hedge Fund, I think. Do I? I'm not sure.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I play Hedge Fund. There's so many money that must have came from a hedge fund. Alright, thinking what to do next.
You need some points. Oh man!
Alright. I'm making that mistake where I use advancement counters not from my bank, not from my account, but from the bank. So I didn't pay for advancing there.
Uh-oh. Does he call you on it later?
No, but I call myself on this. I'm really, really disappointed with me right now. Yes. So advancing this card in the server I created,
you dirty
hoping
cheater.
that he won't get in there.
Dirty cheater.
Shh.
Gabriel Santiago.
Oh, Gabe.
I wonder what his story is.
Where did he lose his arm? Do you think he was shuffling like Oeli did so quickly that his arm fell off?
He could be the drummer from Def Leppard.
The what?
The drummer from Def Leppard.
I'm not familiar with Def Leppard.
He only has 1 arm.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I think that he was drunk one night and it got torn off.
Whoa! By what? I never drank that much in my life.
Now I can't remember. Oh man, you're calling me on my pop culture knowledge, and I cannot remember.
One-armed criminal. Oeli's still thinking on what to do next and how to solve this conundrum. He has a bit of a small pile of money. He has a corroder.
Oh, it was a street racing accident.
Ah, well, that's a cool way of losing your arm.
Yeah, but after that, he started drumming with only 1 arm.
And he did well?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Def Leppard.
Not familiar with that band.
It may be that I am old.
Maybe you are. We're both old.
That's true. I thought I had like 7 years on you.
Still, extreme thinking going on by Oeli here. He thinks on what is the best course of action, but I think he slowly has this game wrapped up. I came back a little bit to money, so that's good for me.
Yeah.
But he only needs just 1 agenda, and man, R&D is wide open.
Just keep going on R&D, Ollie. Come on, you can do it.
Come on, Ollie.
This is good. I mean, you might get a snare. You might just keep enough cards in your hand.
And he brings us a sneak door beta, so he now whenever he can run on archives and treat it as a run on HQ, so he has like a backdoor into my HQ. I realize that I haven't discarded. I'm very embarrassed by this, so I discard a card. So he runs on my hand now. And it is the winning agenda. That's so easy, so quick.
You did not give him enough of it.
Geothermal fracking, but he would have been dead next turn, that's the thing. He might have been dead if he didn't have, depending on how many cards he had on his hand, because I half advanced a posted bounty and I would have been able to give him a tag next turn, and then I already had a Scorched Earth on my hand, so he might have been dead next turn. This was a close game after all, and we haven't even realized.
You didn't even know. There was
You didn't even know.
There was a sniper.
Mind bullets. Alright, so we're setting up for the second game.
And you're still playing your same deck, right?
Yes, I'm still playing Andromeda, so we will be back when the second game begins. Alright, so we are now continuing on into the second game against Oeli and against me, I guess. Oeli against me. The first game didn't go so well for me, but now I am playing as Andromeda, and I'm taking a mulligan.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking a mulligan because it's important as Andromeda to have a good starting hand. That's her only advantage, aside from the one link, that strength that she has. Her advantage is that she gets 9 cards as a starting hand instead of the usual 5. And my opponent Oeli is playing NBN Making News. We already talked about it, that a lot of people are playing this in this tournament, and he's one of them. NBN Making News. His ability is that he can increase the strength of traces.
By 2.
By 2, yes. Every turn he has 2 additional credits for free, which can use to spend to increase traces. But usually people are playing NBN Making News to play a deck style called Fast Advance, where they will be scoring from hand. So they won't be installing agendas into servers, they will be just scoring straight from hand, so I don't have an opportunity to run on them.
This reminds me of the deck I played yesterday, where I scored 7 points in 1 turn.
Whoa! Yeah, I remember that thing. Not something I'm going to see with NBN, because they usually activate something called the Astro Train, a special agenda that lowers the advancement cost of an agenda by 1. So they kind of chain the Astro Trains together, and that's why they call it the Astro Train. By one of my favorite Decepticons.
Yeah, I used to have that one. It makes me sad that it's no longer around, and it's now incredibly expensive.
See, it was a beautiful time in the 80s where people thought a space shuttle and a steam train...
They're like the same thing.
They're like the same thing.
One just has wings, the other doesn't. It's perfect.
Astro Train. We call it Astro Train. And also the steam train is also purple. Because the evil guys are purple, you know.
You know, I'm looking at the identities right now in Ono Sendai.
Yeah.
I have not seen the Blue Sun before, and I really want to make a deck with...
The Blue Sun has been just announced as a spoiler for an upcoming data pack. It hasn't been released yet.
Oh, man. I tell you.
But people are very excited about it. But now we should be getting excited about this game because it is the beginning. The evil guys are not purple in this game, but yellow. It's NBN. Oeli playing as NBN. And he just played in subliminal messaging, as I did before. He gets a card, or maybe it was his mandatory draw, not exactly sure.
My brain is already shattered in this game.
Yes, we are already trying to wrap our brains around how subliminal messaging works. It's not that difficult, but it is a little bit complicated in the way it's worded. So he installs something in front of his HQ, which may or may not be an ice. Hopefully it's an ice, otherwise because...
That's an agenda. I put those there now.
Oh, I made a mistake there.
That needs to be the next NBN card. May install agenda as ice.
Oh, look at him, and then that's over for that's it for him. So I play a Shore Gamble. I pay 5 and get 9. A good economy card from the core set. Everybody's playing it. Why am I even explaining this? All right, and then I play an Easy Mark to money up even more.
Yeah, you have moneyed up by a lot.
I am a 1%er runner.
That's
I
true.
need to be rich.
Can it be a sure gamble? I mean, if it's a gamble, I don't know.
They call it sure gamble. I mean, the text says that they kind of cheating. They're using some kind of like quantum things to cheat. And I'm also playing a console Desperado, Jim West Desperado, Rough Rider.
Desperado.
And then I'm playing our favorite Katie Jones, a very cool card that allows us to get money over every turn, a little bit money. And then you get all the money from Katie Jones, she delivers. Oeli plays our second favorite, Jackson Howard.
Jackson Howard.
Which is a very complicated card that is basically the best card ever.
I don't know.
And then he plays...
It is not complicated. You can either get cards from it or put cards from your archives back into your deck.
Yes, but you know the effect that he has, like something that you not anticipate. You can hide agendas in your archives and get them back into your RD if the runner chooses to run on them. So he plays a very interesting card, a Sweepspeak. Too bad that he plays it on the second turn, because on the first turn that is always a very, very huge boost, because he gets as much money as I have cards on my hand. So you can imagine on the first turn I have 9 cards on my hand, so that's a very effective card on that turn. And then he discards a card in his archives in a hidden fashion.
Ooh. So after this tournament, did you keep playing Andromeda?
No, actually changed a runner afterwards. We're gonna see that. So I'm accessing the R&D, and I'm just like, what was that? I have to look again because I have no idea what that was. Actually, a very new card. I was familiar with it. I just forgot that it looked like this. We're gonna see it hopefully in a second. It was a wraparound. Second click, thinking about, I'm running on Jackson Howard. He uses Jackson Howard to get this hidden card and Sweepspeak. And something else back into his R&D. No, I think he just
he only had 2 cards.
Yeah. He decides to keep subliminal messaging in his archives, which makes sense because that's where it is most effective, I guess.
I suppose.
And then some sweet shuffling action from him.
I wonder if maybe he works at a casino.
Maybe. And then it's my third click. I'm still thinking what to do. Now the R&D is shuffled, so I could run R&D one more time. Krystian, do you want to run an R&D? Come on, be smart about this.
You should have run on R&D, run on Jackson Howard, and then run on R&D again.
Yeah. Oh, I'm running on HQ. I'm trying to force him to rest the card in front of it, and he does. It is Eli.
1.0?
Bioroid Barrier. Nice alliteration going on there. And then I'm clicking Katie Jones. Why didn't I run R&D? That would have been such a great opportunity to see one more card. Yes. So he installs, now he's icing up R&D. Now the opportunity is gone. He installs a card in a server that is unprotected. I'm thinking this is another Jackson Howard.
Could be a Sensen.
Could be a Sensen as well, but I have enough money to trash Sensen. I don't think he would. You think it's Sensen? It's Sensen! Good guess. But of course, I am a smart player, so I trash Sensen right away. Sensen must go.
Oh, Sensen.
And I'm getting credit for the run with Desperado.
Rough Rider.
You don't wanna. And I'm running on R&D, and it is another Eli.
Well, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, well, that's of course a problematic thing, because if I play a Corroder, for example, then I can get through both of them, and I even can get through both of them now by clicking.
Got 2 clicks. Just do it. Do it.
No, the thing I realize is if you click through Bioroid Eyes, you are losing the game.
Really? How so?
Yeah. Because you're losing 2 clicks that you could use to get stuff, get some cards, do stuff, click Katie's, you know.
I can live my life instead of worrying about this ice.
Yeah. So I'm playing Same Old Thing, which allows me to replay things from my discard pile, and then I guess I click Katie, and that's it. Did I even click Katie? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's at 6. I think it's at 6. Alright, he gets money.
Money.
And then it's my turn again. He needs money for something there. I'm thinking he will try to score his first agenda now. He discards something in his discard pile, hidden. I'm playing the Corroda, yes! Corroda, an icebreaker that gets me through barriers.
Uh-oh.
Exactly the thing I need right now.
Uh-oh.
But getting through Eli's costs 3 monies.
Or 2 clicks.
So I'm getting the money from Katie. I'm not clicking.
I don't know if I agree. I don't. You only pulled out 4. I thought it had 6.
House Greyjoy doesn't saw. I don't click.
You only want to pay the iron price.
I'm paying the iron price to get through Eli. Oh man. And I have access to his hand. I'm thinking that he installed Eli to protect something precious on his hand. Let us see if this works.
He has a hand of 5 snares.
I'm using my trusted dice. The dice is never wrong. And indeed, it is right. An action script. Astro script 3.0. And that's good, because maybe I have stopped the Astro train right there. If he had scored it, it would have been a very, very problematic situation for me. But now it's great. Now I am in the lead, and I'm thinking what to do with my final click. And I'm playing Emergency Shutdown on Eli.
Aww.
Ah, yes. So now he has to de-res it, so he has to res it again, paying even more money. I am keeping him poor. He's not that poor at this moment, to be perfectly honest. He has some monies.
As a 1%er, I'm ashamed that you do not have more than $6.
Yeah, I just paid the iron price, man. Alright, he's playing Restructure, so now he's certainly not poor. And then he plays a power shutdown to get rid of the Corroder.
Corroder.
We explained this a little bit in a game before, but yeah, he discards 2 cards, and I have to trust something with a cost of 2. And it is the Corroder in this team. But now there are 2 cards in archives, so maybe I can snatch those cards from the archives. Generally, I think that should do, like a rule of thumb, whenever somebody plays Power Shutdown, always run the archives. You access 2 cards. It's like running R&D 2 times, basically. Why am I not running the archives? Am I stupid or what? Oh.
You just desperately want the right cards in your hand.
I am so disappointed with me right now.
Man, you could have run on R&D a billion times. You could have run on archives. You need to be more aggressive, man.
Whoa. I couldn't have run on R&D. I mean,
earlier in the game, you should have run on R&D more.
Yeah. All right, I'm running on R&D now, and he reses Eli now. I'm trying to make, you know, the power shutdown I played previously count a little bit. Eli is not the best card to power shutdown because it costs just 3 to res. Alright, Oeli. Oeli will probably play something in front of archives to close up this opportunity. Yeah, he's making room there. He's making room, I can tell. He's drawing up cards. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no, he plays a card, he plays an ice in front of his HQ. And then discards another card. Lots of cards in archives right now. You know, there's a good... I'm playing another easy mark to get 3 monies. To get into the 1% range. So there was a good net running with Scott. There was a good advice where he said, keep the corporation honest. And by that he means whenever there are hidden cards on archives, run their archives. So they have to tell you what's all the secrets. All right, so I am using special order, and I'm getting Corroda out because no, the Corroda Crypsis, because I think I only have one Corroder in my deck, and he just trashed it.
That's unfortunate. You should add another one.
So I'm thinking either Corroder or the Knight, and I decide for the Knight, which is an icebreaker from the Anarchs from the chess suite.
And these are the ice that you install. These are the icebreakers that you install on ice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now it's not installed on the ice. Right now it's in my hand.
Yeah.
But when I play it, it's still not installed on ice. I have to spend a click to install it on ice, and then I can pay 2 credits to break a subroutine on that ice. Works only for ice with a strength of 7. Or maximum.
Okay.
Yeah, at 7 or lower. Now I'm running the archives. Yes. Oh,
Good
man.
job.
Good job, Krystian.
I am
from the past.
Patting your past
and
self
there was
on
an
the
agenda in there. What did I say?
Hey.
It is market research.
Where's Jackson Howard?
Market research 2 points, so I'm at 4 points. My opponent hasn't scored an agenda yet, even though he's supposedly fast advance.
But he could shut you down. All it's going to take is a proper... He just needs a couple things. Just a couple things.
Well, he cannot shut me down more than he already did.
That's true.
I am pretty much shut down. He could maybe trash Katie Jones, but otherwise I have nothing to lose.
All he needs is one more ice, or he needs an ice in his archives, one more ice on his R&D, and then he can just start going to town.
Well, yes, he has to ice up and then everything will be fine. He gets some money. He plays another restructure he pays 10 to get 5. But man, restructure is such a brutal thing. You can only play it if you're rich already. But if you're rich already, then you get even more richer. You get like ridiculously rich. Which is generally like a theme in this game, which I kind of like, which is like, when you're poor, it's very difficult to get up to a certain amount of money, but when you're rich, it's like, no problem, man.
There's nothing worse, I think, in Netrunner than spending a click to take a credit.
Oh yeah, that feels like as if you're actually losing, as if you're clicking to lose.
It's like playing off the top of the deck,
Yeah.
You've got nothing in your hand, nothing can go right for you, you just hope against hope.
Even worse is you have 0 credits and then you draw like a sure gamble and it's like, oh man, I will have to crick 5 times to even be able to play this.
That's the worst. Oh man.
Alright, so I play finally the Knight and I install it on that Eli. It still cost me 4 to break it, so it's not very effective. I see a Sansan. So I'm trashing the second Sansan. Oh man, Oeli.
I don't know if I would have done it. I think that I would have left it go.
Oh, definitely, because he's rich. And he would have used it to score maybe something that I don't want him to score.
That's true. Yeah, I guess it's true. He hits a bunch of money.
Gave me another chance to see something there. I saw a Sansan. But I'm poor again. But I clicked Katie. There's money on Katie.
Katie.
My bet's on Katie. He plays a hedge fund because he's not rich enough already. This corporation is doing well money-wise.
Oh, there we go. Is he going to start?
Cards being installed nakedly in servers. I'm thinking another Jackson Howard. Because I'm super poor, right? And I don't even know if I got the Desperado token from the last run. I don't think I did. I think I forgot. Alright, so I'm getting Katie's money, just getting 3 money from Katie. Or no, it was more. It was 6. Alright. But still, like, I want to get Katie with like 15, right? Alright, so I'm paying the iron price to get through the R&D, but there is nothing there. This time I remember to get the token from extra credits from the Sprout run. I make a run on that card and trash the 3rd Sansan. No Sansans anymore.
Man, that's gotta
Of course,
hurt
now
me.
I'm completely poor, but no Sansans.
I don't know if I would have done it. I think I would have saved my money and then just ran on the next turn to see if because you're so close to winning. I don't know if it matters that he can get his Sansan out.
Oh, it does matter. Like if he gets his Astro Train started, then that's a whole different ballpark. So I remembered to get the money from Desperado now. I think he just got lots of money. No. What did I do? Oh yeah, not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. It's his turn anyway. He did a mandatory draw. He gets a second card. He looks. I guess he's looking for a solution there. Maybe he doesn't have an ice on hand. Look at his hand. So many cards.
So many.
Not too much ice either. I mean, he iced up HQ quite a lot, so I'm thinking he does have a lot of ice on his hand. And I'm like running this game with just one breaker, which is Knight.
That's all you need. Andromeda, she is a minimalist.
Yeah. It's a woman that knows what she wants.
She takes what she wants, like the honey badger.
Yeah. She doesn't care. She just doesn't care. Alright. Ice is being installed in front of R&D.
Oh.
Ouch.
Could be tricky.
Tricky, 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 tricky.
I want to see Wotan just come out. Hey guys. Surprise!
Janus, dead. Oh no, he installs it in a server after all. He forgets that he already paid a credit for this and doesn't get his credit back. So if he loses because he was missing a credit, we know where that credit went. So yeah, I don't have any breaker to get through that. I don't even have any money to pay for whatever there is. So yeah, I'm getting A money. I'm checking how many cents there are in his server. And yes, inside job, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, that is just the Jackson Howard. I was thinking it was an agenda.
He's flirting with Katie right now. He's sending her text messages.
So I got back a credit for the Desperado run. And I'm clicking Katie. And that's it, I guess. Oh no, code busting. I play also Armitage code bust.
Good call. I like your Tupperware thing of dice.
It is actually a Tupperware thing. I went to a supermarket and I was looking like, man, I need like a tiny, tiny Tupperware thing. And it's like, yes! Exactly what I needed. I wonder what this Tupperware thing was originally made for.
It's
like,
for
what
sauces.
would you keep? Oh, that's a good thing, yeah. You're so right.
I have a lunchbox that has that in there. I use it for salads. Salads are good.
Like a tiny salad?
No. You put salad dressing in there, and then.
I was thinking like Nick eating like a huge beefsteak and then like a tiny salad, you know.
Yeah, it's that way too. You know how it goes.
So it's Ollie's turn. It's not going so well for him right now.
Nah, he's struggling to get anything started. I mean, he's pretty well protected. You have to pay a lot of money to get through.
He's icing up now finally. So now I'm challenged to get some breakers out because right now I only have my good old knight, my trusted steed.
But if you can start running and forcing him to res his ice, you could get him out of money.
So, not exactly sure what he did there. I'm assuming he got a lot of cards. I'm checking my archives. Plans are being made. He has to discard a lot of cards, so I'm pretty sure he had to draw a lot of cards.
Yeah. I don't think he was happy with his hand.
Yeah, I think he's looking for an agenda. To get his Astro train started. Because he's rich, right? So he could... Or maybe he's looking for ice? Not sure.
Might be looking for some agendas to get himself started.
Yeah. Maybe for the first Astro script, because you kind of have to start with Astro script. Otherwise, especially now that the Sansons are all gone. But on the other hand, he could have used Jackson Howard to get the Sansons back into R&D.
That's true.
Alright, so I'm making a run on a Jackson Howard. No, I'm on archives. And then he uses Jackson Howard to get stuff from the archives because he discarded a lot of cards. And I'm assuming some of them were agendas.
Still has not protected his archives.
Still not protected, indeed. This is always a good idea to at least... Oh, there was a snare in there. Ooh. So now I know that he can place a nasty surprise in the server. I should be more careful with running now.
I don't know. I think you should just card up.
I'm very, very poor. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. And I'm clicking Katie. Katie's being clicked. Katie is my escape from poverty.
Oh, man.
One day Katie will come and she will lift me away from this poor house I'm living in.
I found all this money for you. Oh. I stole it from Jackson. Don't tell him.
Oh, look at this server being created right there.
Oh!
Adding an ice and starting 2 cards in there. Wow.
Oh.
Serious server.
You must get through that immediately.
Yeah. It's like a bull with a red cloth, it's like something valuable is in here.
Little do you know, it's Jackson Howard and a snare.
No, I mean seriously, it's probably an upgrade. One of them has to be an upgrade. I'm thinking Sansan. It cannot be Sansan anymore, right?
I thought that he shuffled them back in.
Maybe he shuffled one of the... No, I think most of them were unexposed cards. So I'm thinking Sansan, or it could be an Ash. We're gonna see about that. I am looking through my discard pile because I can't play same old thing to play something from my discard pile. So I'm checking what are my options right now. Thinking going on. I am drawing a card, looking for an answer from the top of my deck. I think it was a Plascrete, not the answer I was looking for, but maybe the answer I deserved.
Playing to the Netrunner gods.
Running on the server and forcing him to res stuff. He reses a Draco. Draco. So Draco is weird ice that you can kind of like, when you res it, you can decide how strong it's supposed to be. So yeah. It costs 1 to res, and then you can pay additional money to make it stronger because it's 0 strength regularly.
Just pay 10. Come on, why didn't he just pay 10?
Well, the problem is if you don't break Draco, then the Draco, the only subroutine of Draco is it is a trace.
Yeah, but it's if successful, give the runner 1 tag and end the run.
Yeah, but it's a very low trace, just trace 2, so he has to kind of spend money, or at least his ability, to increase the strength of Draco, and it's like, at some point for the runner it becomes cheaper to just break the trace,
yeah,
and not actually break Draco.
That's true, but you have no money right now.
Yeah, so for me it's like, either way, it doesn't matter. I don't even have a breaker to break him, it's like, it doesn't matter.
How much did he pay? Anything? I don't think he paid anything.
So I think with our discussion about Draco, we missed something there because there's just 1 card left in the server.
That's weird.
Did he score an agenda? Have you missed him scoring an agenda?
I don't think so. Oh, he did. He scored an astral. Oh no, that's you.
No, he did score an Esco script. I told you. There he is. We did. Oh man, how embarrassing! People are gonna cringe in the comments. He scored an Esco script, which is of course horribly for me because now he can start the Astro Train. Of course, the Astro Train will be a very short one. He can score maybe another Astro Train, or maybe a Project Beal or something like this. So now he can use the counter on the Astro Train, which is really Astro script. I mean, this is really nice. There's like a moon on the art. Right?
And it's got MBN
of Esco script, and then you put a token which is exactly the size of the moon. So you put the moon on other things. I like it. It's like, cool little thing. So yeah, there is the Astro Strain. Another Astro script being scored.
Oh man.
Not good for me. Not good at all.
You gotta get through. You gotta do something.
I'm doing nothing. I'm just clicking stuff. Alright, sneak door beta. There's no ice on archive, so I get through without a problem, without a disturbance. I'm getting a click for this even. Throwing a dice. It is sweeps week?
It looked like it.
Sweeps week.
I think it's sweeps. Let's look. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was sweeps week.
It was sweeps week. And there it is. Project Beal.
Ooh.
Scoring agenda out of hand. One more card. I need one more card. This is going to be getting exciting. Yeah. He started his asset train, but I'm catching up.
Good job.
And doing one more run. I just continue running on his hand. I'm exploiting the fact that I just installed Sneak Door Beta to the fullest extent. Caught him off guard there.
Yeah, most definitely. I hope he ices up.
Because the cool thing is, every time I run on there, I also get a credit from Desperado. So I'm, progressing on two regards, in two aspects of the game.
But all he needs is just...
Well, he needs two more agendas.
Oh, that's true, he does.
We still don't know what the mystery card is in that server. Probably not Sansan, because he had enough money to res it.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he installs something in the server. Probably, maybe, possibly an agenda.
It's weird. I don't often see NBN actually making traces.
Yeah, most people don't use NBN because of the strength traceability, but mostly because there's just two identities of NBN, and the second identity has less influence, I think.
Yeah.
So people go with the one that gives them more options to get other cards in there. The strength, the ability is kind of like not really... Well, you can start playing things like Draco or Caduceus maybe. So stuff, ice that traces, and you can make it stronger that way.
The other identity is only 40 cards.
I'm running on R&D. Weird. I'm running on R&D.
Do it.
He's not rezzing. I'm seeing a card. I'm not trashing it. Weird. Why did I try on? I guess I wanted to make him res the ice in front of there. But this could have been game over right there. So I'm installing a fairy, which is kind of like a disposable icebreaker. I can break sentries for very cheaply, and then but I have to destroy fairy. And we're counting the thing because I got the money from Katie, and I played an inside job on the new server. I'm skipping Draco. He has to rest the second ice, otherwise I will have access. I can only break sentries, nothing else.
Uh-oh.
Thoughts being thought. Will he res?
This is a snare. This is the best setup for a snare I've ever seen.
Yeah, if this was a snare, that would have been marvelous. But I think he only has one snare. He doesn't res, but he does res Ash. Oh man, so he has a lot of money now. I do also have some money. He makes Ash a very powerful Ash.
No kidding.
He makes the trace a strength 10 trace. He pays a lot of money in order to prevent me from accessing this. He counts how much money I have. And yeah, it's a strength 10. So what this Ash does is starts a trace, and if the trace is successful, then the runner doesn't get to access anything else except from Ash. And this is a moment where I make a monumental mistake. Because if Ash works, then you still access Ash, and I didn't trash Ash. I had the money to trash Ash. Why didn't I trash Ash? All right, so then it's his turn, and he scores a Project Beal, which is bad because we are both at 6 points.
Man.
This is going to be, and he also has a Project Astroscript token, so he can score something out of hand easily.
But he's completely out of money, so as long as he can get through that Eli, you could take all of the cards from his hand.
That final Ash was indeed a huge financial burden to him, and I still have lots of money, so I'm exploiting it, and then running on R&D. Now, I'm asking him if he did a mandatory draw. He said he did. But if you review the video, he didn't do a mandatory draw.
Yeah, I didn't see one either. Oh man!
Because I'm surprised that it's the same card I saw last turn.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I did a mandatory draw, and I like, wow, okay, that's a huge coincidence. That's the second card in a row. It's the same card, you know. So yeah, I didn't decide to trash the card. I'm not sure what I decided to like, leave it there. But you know, it happens. When you score something in a turn, you know, your entire turn is devoted to that thing that you're scoring. So you don't even think about fundamentals like drawing a card. It happened to me all the time. I
really wonder.
Seeing a power shutdown on his hand, I'm running, using him a sneak door beta to run on his hand, and I'm seeing a power shutdown.
Come on, run more.
You think I should run more?
I think you should have run on his hand 2 more times.
You think he has a agenda on his hand? Yeah, I'm running on his hand again. I want to make sure that he has no agenda that he can score next turn. I'm seeing a pop-up window. And I'm drawing a card.
I would have run again.
You think so? Do you think he has an agenda there?
I think he has an agenda in his hand. I honestly, I wonder what the card is underneath the card.
Which card?
That he didn't draw.
Oh yeah, I wonder myself. But I don't think it's an agenda. If it was I guess he doesn't have any money, right?
No, he has no money to do anything.
Oh man.
He's put himself into a corner. He needs to figure out something quick.
Nobody puts Oeli in a corner.
Except for Oeli.
Except Oeli's Ash. He put him in kind of a corner situation. So he gets money, obviously, because that's the thing that he really, really needs right now. I don't think he has an agenda on his hand, because he just needs 3 money to win the game.
Yeah.
If he had an agenda. I'm getting an easy mark. I'm getting 3 money myself.
I think that I would pull from code busting and then run twice. I don't know.
Where? But where, Nick?
One on the R&D, because I want to know what the card is underneath the card that was there.
I'm going to take back that card that you denied me. Alright, so I'm running on R&D, and he's raising a TMI for the 3 money that he just got. He wants to keep me out. TMI is a very unusual ice. It's a barrier, and when it's being rest, it starts a trace, and if the trace fails, then that guy gets unrest again. And he doesn't have money to rest it again, so yeah, I'm defeating the trace, and I get to access a card, but it's nothing of importance.
Ah! But what was the card under that one?
Eventually there will be an agenda if you go down that route, Nick. Eventually there will be an agenda. And of course that's what I'm counting on myself. That's why I'm doing those R&D runs, even though if they are not very cost efficient for me, but I just need one more agenda, and I can't allow him to draw an agenda himself. So that's why I need to keep running R&D. He is at 0 money. He has to spend more of... Wow! He's paying 2 sweeps week in a row. Playing 2 sweeps week in a row, so he gets 10 money, I think, in 1 turn. Destroying me.
Oh my god.
He places his money out of sight, so we don't see how filthy rich he is now. Card being installed into the server.
If that is an agenda, he had one in his hand.
He might have drawn an agenda meanwhile. Or yeah, I don't know. I guess it was a...
At this point, you would have known exactly what he drew.
Yeah. Not sure what to do myself now. I know that he has... I still have to defeat the Ash, which I stupidly forgot to trash. Ah. Things like this lose you in the entire game. I'm making another run on his hand. Using Sneak to Beta. Just 3 cards in there. Come on, dice.
You got 1 through 3. 6 is a 3.
Look how many 6.
6 is a 3. Just.
Seeing a power shutdown again. That was the first click. Second click. Getting money. Third click. You know, we started out pretty relaxed, but now I'm stressed out.
I can tell. Your fingers are shaking.
It started well for me, but Oeli caught up so quickly now. I'm playing a clone chip. Very good. Now I can get back the Corroda that he trashed. And I'm clicking Katie. I'm bringing Katie back. Katie brings the sexy back.
Yes. Alright, Oeli, I'm thinking, because I saw so many cards, I'm thinking this is probably not an agenda. He trashes the ice that that Knight was installed on, interestingly. Huh.
So now there's only TMI in front of R&D.
Useful.
It's good for me to some extent, because I don't have to pay so much money getting into R&D now.
You just have to beat that trace.
I think he wanted to do this. First of all, because I guess he installed a second ice there. But I think also because so that I don't have an opportunity, like a possibility to get into his other server, because I could always pay a click to rehost Knight on a different ice, which I always forget, so I never do it actually. But yeah, I could have done that. So he plays a hedge fund to a money up. He's financially he's stabilized. He's on a good way to score his final agenda. I am fumbling around somewhat with clone chips and such to maybe come out on top. Thinking what the best course of action here is right now. He hasn't advanced that card in his server, so I'm thinking it's not an agenda. It would be weird, right? He could have won the game.
That's true, he could have.
And instead he iced up R&D, so I'm thinking it's not an agenda.
I think he should run on R&D.
I'm getting money, and running R&D. Now there's lots of fresh ice on R&D. There is TMI, which he sees still has the res, which costs 3, and there's that new ice there. So he has to pay a lot. So he just reses TMI. He doesn't res the first ice. Strength. The trace begins again. He pays some money to increase the trace. It's strength 5. Trace strength 5. I could break it, but then he could res it again.
Yeah.
I decide to break it, but then he tells me that he could res it again. So you know he has more money than I do, I think. So yeah, it's I wouldn't win that res game, I think.
So if he loses the trace and it unreses, he can just pay to res it again and do the same thing again? That's nuts.
Of course, the second trace will be weaker. It would be just a trace 2, but still, you know. So I'm using a clone chip to get a Corroda out instead. and I'm breaking TMI now. It costs me 4 credits to get through TMI now, much cheaper than. And I'm seeing that card again. That one card. This time around, it's not that because he didn't do mandatory draws this time around. It's genuinely a second copy of that card.
It's just scary. Did you dream about that card later the night?
It's like, whoa! Like I come back back home, I open the door, suddenly the card is there, like, whoa! And I wake up sweaty in my bed. No. This game has this. We made this amazing progress, but now we're at this stalemate at the end. You know, both of us just so close to victory, but neither of us being able to score the final agenda. I'm pounding his R&D, but not seeing any agendas, and he's not drawing any agendas, obviously.
But you guys are nearing the end of the game, right?
Yes, it won't be long now. Yeah. Obviously, like at some point, some of us has to draw an agenda and score this. He's thinking. He's looking at the card. He trashes that one card, which we don't know what it was. Maybe it was the snare. And then he's installing a new card. Ah, yes. Oh man, this might be the agenda. This might be the game-winning agenda. What if it is?
I think that it's up to you. You have to get through. You got to do it.
I think there is 6 credits on Katie, and that the Draco is strength 1. But it's not strength 1. He actually tells me that it's strength 0 still.
Ah, okay. That's what I was wondering, how much that Draco was.
Yeah, it was strength 0. That's why we didn't put a counter on it, I guess. So I can get through Draco with Fairy very cheaply even. Actually, it wouldn't cost me anything to get through Draco Malfoy. But there's still that second ice, which I don't know what it is. I'm getting the credits from Katie, 6 credits. I'm drawing a card to see if there is going to be maybe some other solution to my problem. But there isn't. So I'm using a click to run on R&D. No res, and there it is, the final agenda. Oh man, I'm thinking what it is, and it wasn't an agenda in that server. It wasn't an agenda.
He didn't have any in his hand? Oh,
he didn't have any in his hand.
That poor guy. He could have won so easily.
Oh man, it wasn't an agenda. R&D locked him very, very efficiently, and he wasn't able to draw an agenda, and that is game over. So what did you think, Nick?
I am happy that you won. Although, do you guys have to play a tiebreaker or no?
A tiebreaker?
Since he won 1 and you won 1.
Yeah, so we are both, we both get 2 points. Each of us gets a point, 2 points for their victory. So yeah, okay. we're getting out of this without, even with the same amount of points.
Okay.
I thought it was exciting. I thought it was very, very cool to play against Oeli. He was a very, relaxed kind of player. And certainly, that final game was quite a nail-biting kind of experience, so I had a lot of fun with this one.
No kidding. This has been an exciting couple of games.
It was, and we will continue showing more games on our next episode, which will be then the 4th game, I think. So I hope you will join us next time. And until then, hack the planet!
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up and get in the car!